we've got a nightmare on our hands.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'll be playing with Ashiok, Nightmare Weaver, recently added to Arena as part of Pioneer Masters. This is a 3-mana Ashiok that exiles cards and then lets you put creatures into play from exile, also eventually exiling graveyards and hands. Ashiok slowly ticks up loyalty and takes a lot to be gotten rid of. So Ashiok is a distraction from the rest of the deck, which is a Dimir, Crime, and Control list. Because if there's one thing I love, it's taking my opponent's cards and stealing them. And that's something that Ashiok does excellently with that -X ability. In this deck, you'll see a lot of kill spells, a couple discard spells, multiple board wipes, and some very interesting control creatures. So I have ways to defend Ashiok. I don't just want to be playing Planeswalkers and board wipes and counter spells here, because I would rather have creatures so I can block, so I can attack, and so I can use those attacks like Thief of Sanity, Nightveil Spectre, and Thieving Aven to take my opponent's cards, playing them for myself, building up my board even more, and committing some crimes while I'm at it. This deck is very fun to pilot if you're a fan of Dimir Control, so let's take it into the queue and see how much of my opponent's deck I can take for myself. Alesha, who laughs at fate. She's a reanimating commander. When you attack in with a creature, and if Alesha's in play, you get to bring back a creature from your graveyard with a mana value that's less than or equal to Alesha's power. And Alesha also grows when she attacks in, but you don't need to attack with her to start bringing things out. I have a counter for Alesha, and I also have some removal for whatever else comes into play. A lot of the cards that Alesha plays have enter the battlefield abilities, making me sacrifice or discard things like Burglar Rats or Accursed Marauders. Lots of good cards. Sometimes rats, sometimes rats. It's like this. Skullclap Snail is going to make me exile from my hand, and I will exile, I think, Ashiok, the 5-mana one here. I could play this Ashiok, since they don't have anything in the graveyard right now. Consider this a distraction and also I have a damnation in my hand. So we're going to bring out Ashiok and plus. I expect lots of good cheap creatures in their deck, and I hit none of them. I hit 2 lands and a Deadly Dispute. Ashiok, come on! Ashiok. Alright, so this does have haste. And because this is printed in War and a Spark, it triggers when it hits Planeswalkers. Shambling Ghast. Nice. Start by plussin'. Follow up with some fussin'. I, by the way, did hit a creature there. It's one of the least impressive ones. Crow of Dark Tidings. They'll be able to land Alesha here. I don't know if they'll want to, though, unless they have a haste enabler. How many? Okay, yes. I have noticed that as I've played this Ashiok deck, I've hit very few creatures, and it makes me kind of sad. Kroxa! I mean, it'll immediately get sacrificed, but it's still Kroxa! Yay! They attack with the Perforating Artist. That's 3 damage to Ashiok. And then Alesha. First, Liliana of the Veil. I will Tails End the Liliana. And that means that Alesha will come out. And I'm fine with that because I have the Deadly Cover-Up in hand. It's a lot harder for me to deal with Planeswalkers than creatures. So I'll lose 3 life because... yeah. Because why not? I have to exile a card, Baleful Mastery. And I will lose 3. Actually considering minusing 2. And then following up with Deadly Cover-Up. Move my commander to the command zone. Actually, no. And then Deadly Cover-Up. And I will be collecting evidence, and the evidence will include Ashiok. Now we'll move it back to the command zone. There they go. And I want to take out the Croxa. And they have Roaming Throne in hand. Okay. I'll play this as a land. I hit so few creatures. I only hit Krogark Tidings and Croxa. Having that is good, but I won't be able to actually respond to anything here because I won't have the mana, will I? Oh, no, I will. I have 6. All right, so Talion, and I kind of like naming 3. 2, I think, is also good against their deck. 3 is Alesha's mana value. 2 is also going to be the cost of a lot of stuff. And 2 in general is very good in this format. Okay, a Roaming Throne. Naming human? Great. Okay. Narset to prevent, I don't know, you from getting more cards and to get me some cards.
Meditate and prepare.
Another board wipe. Okay. Yeah, how come they keep drawing creatures? How come I didn't get your creatures? I'm fine with Narset dying. Narset got me a board wipe. Oh, wait, should we need to survive until end step to trigger? That's not happening. Play it. Play it, play it, play it. Play her. Come on. That's wild, getting all 3 of our board wipes so early on. Yay, I get to draw a card. Hey. Excuse me. It passed into their end step. It's not supposed to. That's fine. I'll drop the Bitter Triumph, and we'll just wipe the board. Sometimes Arena is very bad at priority, yes. Yeah, deal -3 damage. That should heal me for 3. It doesn't, but it should. Sometimes Arena just does not work right. I don't think I had auto pass or anything on. Nice for Hilda. Killing the Rahildans. And then I'll play the Murderous Rider. Alesha's up to 7 mana already, but they do have 7 mana for next turn. They can give Alesha haste here. That's great. She swings in. I'm not blocking since that's got first strike. And now they can bring back pretty much anything except for these 2. So what's it gonna be? Skullcap Snail! I'll drop the Desertion. I could go for the Killing the Alesha. Or Xanathar. I think Xanathar is going to be more fun, so I'm going to play that. And I'll swing in with the Murderous Rider. This will let me play off the top of their deck if it survives. Oh, they have 69 cards left. Because I'm letting that die. If they'd like to, they can reanimate it. They could also grab, I don't know, any of these other things. Nope. Snail. Bye, Urtai. Whee! Gimme, gimme, gimme. Now, unlike Ashiok, who fails to hit creatures, you're gonna hit creatures for me, right? Thank you, Ashnod. Huh. Okay, I will sacrifice the Murderous Rider. Or I'll sacrifice the Ashnod. To exile Alesha. Some sort of teeth. Star Forger. And away we go! There's text on here. Whenever another creature or artifact I control is put into the graveyard for the battlefield, remove an oil counter. Oh, put an oil counter, and I can remove 3 oil counters to Impulse Draw. Neat! I like how it's just spitting out goblins. Free goblin. It's a good turn, yeah. They have 3 damage here. Who do you hit? Charforger? Neat. I'll block this so I can deal 1 damage to them. Get him! Alesha can come out. I feel like they don't have that many choices for things to bring back. Yeah, they can grab like a Death Toucher. Well, don't mind if I do! Between your removal and my removal, I think I have lethal here. And we swing in for an exact 8 damage and win! Ashiok, you got me that Croxa. That was pretty cool. GG. Nashi, Illusion, and Gadgeteer. They'll be putting cards in their graveyard so they can make copies of them. Oftentimes playing a lot of good controls cards and just general Sultai value, because Nashi can do that. I have no good ways to stop Nashis, but I have a turn 2 Psychic Frog, so that's why I kept this hand, because Psychic Frog is quite honestly a ridiculous card. This card design is just nuts. Nice Hobbit. I care much less about stopping my counter spells because I don't have any in hand, and much more about pogging and frogging. Uh-oh, hi Glissa. Glissa, not an artifact. She's full of throat gophers. And I'll swing in with the frog to get a card. What do we get? Swamp! Neat. Tireless Provisioner is going to give them some landfall, so they'll get more colors of mana. Oh, my bog! Oh, they bejuked it. Well, I want cards in my graveyard for the Psychic Frog. Darn. Okay, well, at least I didn't fetch first. I'll crack open the Bloodstained Mire and grab the Surveil land. Tasha. Yes, I do want the Tasha, because that lets me steal the Glissa. And I'm going to do this first.
Let's make this snappy. I'm busy.
Because I don't want to make sure that they don't do any blocking here. Would you like to block? Oh, I got cards to discard. Oh boy, Alex, thank you so much for the 6-month resub. Yeah, a Glissa with Ward. This card's good, just made it better. Also, I took out the thing from their graveyard, so now they have nothing to recur. Yum, 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 graveyard soup. This is a counterspell, sort of, enough. They have enough mana to play their commander, but nothing to bring back. Oh, they have so many things to think about. I feel like maybe they'll have a kill spell. They could just play that and bring it back in the future. Because Nashi does have flash, they could also like wait for me to attack with the frog, bring it out as a blocker. Or they could concede because we have a pretty good board thanks to stealing their Glissa. GG. I like having cards in my hand that can steal, but against roll, I need some earlier interaction. And I'll take that. Dark Ritual, the interaction here is ramping. Ramping into, I don't know, clocks and Toshas and things like that. Brawl is it Viceroy, is it Spells Commander, who's just getting them lots of value. Spells in Graveyard has removal here, and then will kill you by casting spells off that -8. Let me just double check. Exile and in Graveyard. Alright, so I'm going to lead with the Bajuka Bog, since putting things out of their graveyard, it does make a slight difference because it means it's harder for them to recur like extra turn spells, but it still is going to count towards their minus if I exile them. Gate to Sea Tower. Sure, that's an island. That's a nice way to get a sorcery into your graveyard for roll. Let's try it. Dark Ritual. And to Tasha. So part of why I want to go for Tasha here, hoping she doesn't get countered, but that is 1 blue. Subtlety, not a counter spell, puts it on top of my deck, still counts, is because I have a feeling they have very, very few creatures in their deck. Do I want to keep the Tasha on top? Yeah, it gives me something to do in turn 4. And if I can ult this Tasha, use the -6, and they do not have 3 creatures left in their deck, it mills their entire deck, and we win! Got enough mana for Ashiok here, so I'm going to exile some things. So these cards that are exiled do count towards roll. So you'll see, this may tick up here. Chandra, Denila Bugbear, and Snow-Covered Mountain. Okay. Ashiok also just has kind of a decently high loyalty, so they have to either bounce them, or exile them, or deal damage, and it's hard to deal 5 burn damage. Surveilled, they have 3 mana up. I'll start with a plus. Kind of doubt I'll hit many creatures off Ashiok. So Ashiok's just here to be annoying. Mess with their surveils and everything else. Tasha, I would go for Midnight Clock and hold up Go for the Throat if, again, I thought they had many creatures, which I don't think they do. I could minus to put the Subtlety into play just so I have a big flyer. But I'd rather have 2 Planeswalkers because Planeswalkers are hard to deal with. Do I think they might have a Niv Mizzet in their deck? Maybe? Also, if I can bring this Ashiok up to 10 loyalty, I think that the ult would be pretty good. Like, just exile everything in their hand. Take away their resources. I have not exiled a creature. They're searching for this Kanta. I think that's a good idea. Let me see your thoughts. Brotherhood's End deals a little bit damage, and Dig Through Time. I don't mind you dealing 3 damage to these Planeswalkers, because that's so little. They have a bounce, not technically a spell here, too. Is that a creature? No, it was a Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. They look at the top card of their deck. It's a land. Put it in the graveyard, and now this becomes a land. Flipping over and becoming Azcanta the Sunken Ruin, which gets them non-creature, non-land cards from their deck. They're saying good game. Because they can't stop both of them. You can just slow them down a little. GG roll. Buckton, Decorated Host. Oh, I love Big Bucks Buxton. I really would like to have a board wipe against Buckton, so I'm going to throw that back. And, okay, that's a little bit better. Hi! Why is this better? I have a turn 1 Liliana of the Veil. So Big Bucks Buckton is a Convoke commander looking to go as wide as possible in order to cheat things into play. Buxton's great. You want to get Buckton down on, like, turn 3 and then just start getting lots of value. Hi, Warden of the Inner Sky. No, I'm just gonna go for it. Dark Ritual, Liliana. Liliana's a pain in the butt to deal with, and there should never ever be a Planeswalker on turn 1. Ever. Leon, thank you so much for the sub. You think my opponent will concede? I don't know. I think that Buckton is a go wide enough deck that Liliana isn't a major threat. I think that she is a pretty big threat, but she's not like as devastating as a lot of other things are. So let's start with the Thoughtseize. Seize those things. Aha! So they have removal for her. Selfless Savior, Flare of Fortitude, and Elite Spellbinder. I'm going to hit the removal. This person, by the way, is not playing as many 1-drops as like my Buxton deck is, which is focused entirely on just like, hey, look at how fast I can do this. Ashiok, I will drop you. This Ashiok is the one that spits out a token every turn, which is nice against weenies. But also, 5 mana. Nobody's got time for 5 mana. You can hit the Nightveil Spectre, which would have been my play next turn. Or you could hit Talion. Bop it. Yay, bark. Good puppy. Such a good puppy. Nightveil Spectre. And we each discard. You want to drop that Flare of Fortitude? Or the Mystery card. No, they drop the Flare. Keep always concede when you turn 1, Liliana. I think if she's your commander, it's a lot more brutal because it's like by the time she dies, you play her again. Get back up to 5 mana. Hi, Buxton! Ooh, Buxton got a bunny. I need to steal, pardon me. I know what I'm here for. I don't have a white mana source. I don't have a white mana source. I'll get one eventually. I have to steal one, though. Nightveil Spectre is like the precursor to Thief of Sanity. Still just a card I love. I opened one of these in a draft once, and it carried me the whole game. So we're gonna Nightveil. Are they gonna kill it? Patriarch's Humiliation. That just takes away its flying. And I'll bring out Ashiok. Now, Ashiok can be killed by these two, but that discourages them tapping them for the Convoke. Oh, cheap creatures. I love cheap creatures. Yeah, sometimes people turn 1 concede to, like, Thoughtseize. I've definitely seen that before. Playing a Giant Killer. And swinging with both at Ashiok. R.I.P. Ashy. I do not have a white mana source in my Dimir deck. I have Forgore. The Gonti and Steel again. I can only play non-lands for Gonti. So Gonti stole Sanguine Evangelist. And Buxton found Llanowar Elf. And I'll leave these back since I want the Death Touch Gonti to either be hitting Buxton or Bunnacorn. It could, I guess, pay 2 to tap it with Giant Killer. Does Ashiok keep their stack of exile cards if you replay it? Nope, the cards stay in exile, but it's a different instance of Ashiok Nightmare Weaver when you play it again. So you have to start over collecting the cards. More bats. Sheoldred, you cost 1 more mana than I've got. Pass the turn. Oh, they think I have a counter spell. I don't. I don't have anything. Oh, they have 8 cards in graveyard, so Sheoldred will be extra spicy. Are they gonna tap? Yeah, okay. Take 5. It's a tap to land! Their creatures entering will now draw them cards. As long as they have a unique name, but unless they're like, I don't know, heir apparently secretly, I think they're fine. Here's Buckton. Gonna draw a card and then probably draw a second card. Usually Buckton will hit creatures. Nice. Springheart and Antuco. So I don't get to pick what gets destroyed here. I'm still going with Sheoldred. She's a nice big chunky blocker. Pass the turn. Oh, but they're gonna fight Shelly. That's rough. Buckton gets bigger. I love big bucks Buckton. Buckton is a card that I'm actually trying to figure out a way to play in paper. And I think the way I would do it is I would turn the Seek into a reveal from the top until you hit, and just not put any scry or other like top deck manipulations into the deck. If I block you, am I dead? Yes. Okay, so I have to block either Buckton or Bunnicorn. And find a board wipe. That's not a board wipe. Just put that in exile. It's fine. Maybe it's not so fine. I will, Heist, hey, do you have 3 mana board wipe in your deck? No? Asking for a friend? Oh, looks like they're going full steam ahead! I'm not blocking, and they're winning. GG, Big Bucks Buckton. Nissa Ascended Animist. She cares about the number of force you have, and she's like a Craterhoof behemoth in the command zone. I don't have any counter spells in this hand, though I do have an early piece of crime. I have a big board bounce, and whatever you want to call it, Jace. I'm going to throw it back anyway, because I think I need to be able to stop early card stuff. Whether it's ramp, see if they ramp on turn 1, yep, Birds of Paradise. Things that get an extra lands, things that are making lots of big creatures. I am going to try to get this Confounding Conundrum down right away, too, since I think they will be doing a lot of land-based ramp. More ramp. And here's the Conundrum. Draws me a card. Once they're at 5 mana, by the way, they can play the Nissa. She'll just come in with much less loyalty. So, like, if they play a land, they could play her and immediately just destroy the Conundrum. Nope, going for a Scoop Bug. That gets them an extra little token here, and the wider they are, the better they can attack Ashiok. I'm going to seize their thinks. Oh, these are both problems. If I have the conundrum, I feel like the Pawk isn't as big of an issue. And also I could house meld it. So I'm going to hit Bristly Bill. And I could either hold up the memory lapse here or play the Solar Transformer. I think it's better to go for the lapse, especially because they could play the full cost Nissa this turn. Hello, got scary cards. A Tender Wild Guide. I'm actually putting that on top of their deck because it tells me something very important, and that important thing is they do not have a land on top of their deck. Boop, boop, boop. I could exile it off the top using Ashiok, but I think the biggest thing I could do here is actually playing Tasha. They have a lot of things that can only deal 1 damage at a time. So we plus. So they can't deal damage to me or to her. Unless they want to ult Nissa, but with like 2 forests and the fact they'd have to tap almost everything, I don't think that would be worth it. Oh, and they can't anyway, because they don't have something with power 4. They would have to bring her in small. I guess we win! Nice. GG, Nissa. Kona, Rescue Beastie. The biggest thing we need against Kona is instant speed removal, and we have some in this hand. I specifically have a way to bounce it back into their hand, because if it is tapped at the start of their second main phase, they can put something really scary into play. Like a Galta that puts the rest of the creatures in hand into play. Like a Portal to Phyrexia if I have creatures out. Anything. Kona just cares about it being a permanent. So the things they want are ramp, ways to tap Kona, whether that's like haste or a tap ability, think like Relic of Legends. Probably something big in their hand to cheat out. Oh, yep, there we go. A big crewable will do it. The puppy you have to learn to kill on sight. Unfortunately, yes. Truly Caretaker, so that's another way to do the tappies. The Beastie, thank you, Willem, for the 2-month resub. Cycling a Titanith Rex. Oh, guys, look, the Truly Caretaker. It has Trample. Okay. Chop. I'll hit him with the Bing Bong. It's possible that they're trying to ensure that they have a piece of protection for Kona as well. Oh, the Ornery Tumblewag. They can crew up this turn. Doing it? Doing it? Crewing and swinging? Gonna get that loot? Oh no, that's not the loot one. I was thinking of a different vehicle. Boop. I have a plan. Does the plan involve crime? How did you know? Of course it involves crime. You're on my channel. All Amy ever wants to do is steal. So if they go for Kona, that's my Kona. Virtue of Strength. Okay. Putting Titanith Rex back into hand. They didn't play a thing for me to steal. What's even the point if I can't do crime? Hi, Arboreal Grazer. I know you don't have lands. Need to make sure I have 5 mana up for Desertion, which means I cannot play the Murderous Rider. I will swing in for 3, though, since they can't crew. Wouldn't you like to cheat that into play? Yeah, I want to cheat it into play. I want to cheat Kona into play. Under my control. That's my Kona now. My Kona. Brought it from home. GG. Kaalia of the Vast. Kaalia swings in and brings angels and dragons and demons, oh my, along with her. This hand is actually not terrible, even though I only have 2 lands. I'm on the draw. I have instant speed removal to hopefully kill Kaalia. And maybe I'll board wipe if I have to, because as much as I can try to go as fast as Kaalia, you don't always get there. Sometimes she gets out and she has haste, and you can't kill her in time. Yeah, it's another commander that cheats things into play. I'm ramping. They did not ramp. Oftentimes, Kaalia will want like a 2-mana mana rock on 2 just to get herself out on 3. No, they are just still passing here. Because I'm a little afraid of the hasty business, I'm just gonna pass through here. Who will win, the cheater or the criminal? I think we'll win in our dreams. Since I have Counterspell, I'm going to play the Ashiok and start ticking up. Give me your creatures, please. Oh, those aren't creatures. That's Liliana, Faceless Haven, and Farewell. I guess Faceless Haven's sometimes a creature. That makes you discard, right? Yeah. No, I'll protect Ashiok. What did I get? Creatures? Any of them? Are you just Mardu control? You know you're supposed to have angels and dragons and demons, oh my, right? Like that's the thing? Miss Missy? Fake Commander. It feels like Fake Commander. This is just Mardu control? Not even gonna use your mana first? You're just gonna sacrifice it? No, okay. Maybe they're just all in there. Yeah, maybe all the angels are in their hand. Right, Sarah? Yeah, I would say if you're doing something like that, Crux and Kunaros is also pretty fun. I actually, before Kaalia of the Vast got brought to Arena, I made my equivalent of Kaalia, but with Crux and Kunaros as the commander. Like, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm cheating things into play. Oh, the Balrog. Yeah, I have one of those. See? That's a demon. Creature? Creature? Any creatures? There's no creatures in here! And I'm right in the clock. One day, Ashiok will get a creature. It just won't be today. You think my Ashiok is broken? Why? Just because I'm really bad at exiling creatures? Because I don't get creatures in, like, any game that I play Ashiok? I have 7 mana up. We've got 1 Bing Bong. Are they salt roping? I don't know. I mean, they passed through turns where they could have played Kaalia and they did nothing. And I don't know if it was like fear of a counterspell. I didn't actually have a counterspell, I think, on those turns. I think I had just the go for the throat. I've gobbled 9 cards. This Ashiok is especially brutal and limited when you don't have as many cards in deck. Or, like, ways to destroy planeswalkers. I think that's Doomscar. Like, what else is it gonna be? Not Doomscar? Creature. Come on. Come on, hit me with the triple. There's protection. Okay. I guess I shouldn't attack it and that can't deal damage. I can -10 next turn, yes. Which will exile everything in their hand. Which will show me their secrets. Yeah, I still get 2 loyalty, because that's essentially the cost of the activation. But I didn't get 3 cards exiled, so still nothing and no creatures exiled under Ashiok. You would have galed it just to be funny. Okay. It was a Doomscar? I'm just gonna tick closer to midnight. And, creatures! There were creatures! There's Belzenlock and Dracoseth! I don't have enough loyalty to get any of those into play, but did you see them? So now I'm gonna start ticking up this Ashiok. Oh, I meant to do the other one. This is fine. I need more lands. I'm gonna start ticking up this Ashiok, and I think I can win off the ult. Eventually. Excellence Binding. You gonna exile my commander or the other Ashiok? Okay, I would have needed to tick back up to like 10 loyalty to get any of those, so fine. It's only cards I own in exile on this Ashiok. Dang it, my Ashiok Typal deck didn't work out. Oh right, I remember why we put this in here. It's because of the minus. Because when we do this, and we put their cards in exile, these will get bigger. Creatures? Oh, 2 of them! I'm gonna play that Dragonhawk once I can. I guess I could next turn. Yeah, I could kill Ashiok to get the Dragonhawk out. It's Kaalia! And she's full of throat gophers. Hexproof? Alright. Kaalia lives. Briefly. But Kaalia has nothing to cheat into play. Do-do-do-do. I really want it. Mm-hmm. Dragonhawk. Ooh! The Ashiok Typal deck is coming together! Yes, finally! What we all dream of! Ashiok Typal! It's all we've ever wanted. It's almost midnight on the midnight clock. So I'm going to put an upkeep stop here. Chat, you just gotta dream. You just gotta dream. One of these better not be Jason disguise. No. That's not in this deck. I did think about putting it in the deck, though. The plot one. Okay, GG Kaalia, you have a lot of board wipes. We put them all in exile. Glarb, Calamity's Augur. Plays things off the top of their deck, especially if they're lands or if they cost 4 or more mana. Glarb's usually played with a bunch of land-based ramp and Sultai good stuff, because you can. That's really all you need, because you can. Glarb is usually running a good number of control-ish spells on top of all of the ramp, and things allow you to play multiple lands per turn because you can play those lands off the top. I guess I could, like, hold up the tail's end here. I actually think I'd rather Unable to Scream Glarb. So I'm going to go for either the Confounded Conundrum or the Solar Transformer here. Let's go with the Transformer. It's a cool rock. Is it Glarbin time? All these fetches make me kind of wish I was putting down this Conundrum. Wilderness Reclamation, so they can spend their mana twice per turn. So that tells me they're absolutely running tons of counter spells. I'm gonna pop down this Conundrum. If it gets countered. It didn't! Draw me a card! Oh, Sanity. I'd have to use the Dark Ritual for it, but I do really want it. Okay, it's fine. I'll... Next turn. This turn is for Tails Ending Glarbs. Glarb, become none! Or become a counter on my Tails End. Nope. Neat. Are they using this mana? Not yet. I will play the Prismatic Vista and Ashiok. Subtlety. All right. Subtlety is a creature spell that does something when it enters the battlefield, which is puts Ashiok on top of my deck. I will let that happen, and I will put it back in the command zone. Yeah. I know what I crave. It's the Thief. I'll get this thing out of the air next turn. I need to steal. They can manipulate what's on top of the deck with the Surveil here. We try to use Swift End to start. If it doesn't go through, that's a dolly. Okay, we're good so far. Swing in with the Thief. Swing in with the Thief. Commandeer, Tatiova, and I can't use lands that I steal. I do have blue spells, though, so yeah. I guess the Commandeer, and I am going to turn Glarb into Doll. So this will let me steal a non-creature spell. Cool. All right. Glarb's no longer Glarbin. You want a Cyclonic Rift? I'll go for it. Yeah, I just like taking stuff. I don't need cards in my hand. I don't care how minor this is. gonna put your Wilderness Reclamation back in hand. Unless they have a counter for this? Nope, okay. No more untappies! That was an extremely wasteful spell and I don't care. Like, to have Glarb for one turn is not that major. Uro gets them a land. Or, well, lets them put an additional land into play. If they had one. But they don't. And they can escape it later. Glarb's usually very good at putting things in the graveyard. Speaking of putting things in the graveyard, so is the Thief of Sanity. Let's see, what do we got? Utopia Scroll? I don't have forests. No, Elf. Elf I can get behind. I'm gonna play Children and then the Landwar Elf. You want to see their hand? Me too! Like, what's this Wilderness Reclamation doing in here? They do have the mana to escape Uro. And they have tons of stuff in the graveyard. Because I put it there. Because I'm milling them with Thief of Sanity. Oh, they're taking an extra turn using those cards I've put in their graveyard. Birds. A pair of them. Yes. Lose more life. I worked hard to take that Llanowar Elf. And you're gonna just put it back into your hand? Like I did nothing at all? Alright, Confounded Conundrum. Find me a land. Thank you. Polluted Delta. I'm screaming at Glarb. Howling, honestly. Screeching at the top of my lungs. I'm gonna play my cool rock again, so I have some mana. It's Wilderness Reclamation and Elf. You seem to like drawing cards. Mana Drain. Okay. They'll get 4 extra mana next turn. I'm putting a stop here at their second main. Well, I can't be mad at the Get Rog monster. I love that guy. Lots of ways to play additional lands, and Wilderness Reclamation back in your hand. No untapping. A nice clock. And I'm not gonna wait. I'm just going to hit this Gitrog monster. Look, you get a card out of it. You love cards. By the way, all of this is just like, I have a Confounding Conundrum, but these two are play additional land cards. So I'm just sitting here like, yeah, you should play additional lands. It would be funny. I would get a kick out of it. Because you'd have to put them back in the hand. What's going on here? We're swinging with stuff? Okay. 10 life left, no problem. Stop untapping. It makes me uncomfortable. Put that Uro back where it came from, or so help me. And play the Murderous Rider. Akanuma filling up the graveyard and bringing back... Ooh, Tassiger. They're snapping. I assume using the Hogger Mauling to kill the murderous rider. And then just swing at Jace or at my face. I feel like they're going to kill Jace with the Dryad and swing the rest at face. Birds of Paradise, you should attack too. Because you want to. Don't be like, no, I don't want to. Yes, you do. So they have lethal. But I have the ability to exile the top 3 cards in their library. I checked, by the way, between games to see if Oblivion Sower was in Arena. And it's not. You know, you have lethal if you just press spacebar twice. And it's very uncool of you to do this. Inofensa Kin Tree Spirit. Bolsters, more creatures you get. I am going to throw that back because that is not good lands, and this is really slow. Keep. I assume this is just white weenies. Lots of little things, maybe a scales sub-theme. Use this flooded strand to get the surveillance, so I can look at the top card and maybe put it into the trash. I could hold this, bluff having wash away. I'm not going to bother. That's work. No, not like this. The invasion of Gobakan is going to look at my hand and say, hey, what you got? Well, the first thing I can do with this hand is play my commander. They have exiled Tasha because they're weenies, and yeah, the -1/-1 counters, they'll add up. Something kind of cute about how Tasha works with Invasion of Gobakan, or with just other planeswalkers. If you're attacking anything other than Tasha or me, they don't get the -1/-1 counters. It's not intuitive. Okay, unable to scream. I don't mind turning Inofensa into a doll. If they can play a bunch of creatures, they could also just go for tapping. Inofensa, and then land in another creature for the bolster. Yeah, they could choose to bolster either of these. I don't think they have another land. Hello, your go. Just go ahead and do it. Okay, great. Boopity bop. Before they can get a bit of protection there. Okay, so Anafenza's baby. This will flip. This will get a counter. And they still want to attack, so that gets a counter too. Yeah, I think keeping a 2-lander when you're an Anafenza deck is not that crazy. Because the commander, I'll say, is not as important to their deck as it would be in a lot of other decks. Playing Rusko because this old man is big enough to block. Curse you, old man. Soldier? Is Warden of the Inner Side also a soldier? It is, okay. I was just wondering, because I know that a lot of the, 1000th Moon people, I don't know what to call them, the ones that live inside of Ixalan, I know a lot of them are soldiers. Hey, Risco. We were having a thought exercise yesterday on stream, a very important one, where we were trying to figure out if you could remove the N from a bunch of the moon named cards in Magic to turn them into Moo instead, which ones would you moo with? Because we were talking about, like, blood moo, which is like a vampire cow. No, I'd like to be able to search. Anim cow, 1000th moo. Okay. I whiff. I'll play Thieving Haven. There's a lot of good ones. I like Magus of the Moo as well. Winter Moo, that's just ice cream. So I think the next unset, they should really capitalize on the cows. Going wide with Ashiok seems pretty decent. Or ramping with Key. I'll ramp. Gives me a potential double spell next turn. Counterspell, Lightning Bolt, Regrowth. I'll take the counterspell, and I'm going to drop Liliana. They're up to 4 mana right now. They could also be tapping some of these creatures for the Warden. Ooh, Sword of Fire and Ice has protection from blue. Which means I can't block whoever is equipped with it. Get hit by the Bing Bong and they draw a card. That's what it says. I'll play the Ashiok. It's getting ever closer to midnight. Plus... oh my gosh, I hit creatures. Y'all don't even know how excited I am to have actually gotten creatures here. Why not bounce sword and hold up counter? What do you think this 4 mana's for? What do you think this 4 mana's for? Okay, fine. Unfortunately, the counter's not gonna work here because of Cavern of Souls. I could still fire it off, and that would just be to trigger the midnight clock a little early. I guess I could have still waited for them to attack in just to try and trick them into attacking with something that would die. Think they're gonna start tapping things with the Warden? Gonna give it flying? Oh, they don't... no, they do have enough, right? Is it 3 counters? Yeah. Float that mana. Throw those back. Soldier's Edict doesn't do very much here. I'll use it for the Brazen Borrower. Wait. -2. I can't believe I actually get to use creatures on this. Y'all, it has been a struggle. If you're wondering why I'm not going for Enduring Innocence, it's because if it dies, it goes back under their control. Excellent! Look at my little army here. Bounty Agent can kill Kaalia. I wonder if they'll put Sword of Fire and Ice on a flyer. Nope, they're putting on Anafenza. That knocks Unable to Scream off of Anafenza. now the only creature that can block this is Bounty Agent. Now, do I really mind? A little. It's like, I'd like Ashiok to be alive so I can put the Tightaker into play. This is swinging in for 4 power. I'll probably block with Nightveil Spectre. And... no. I value the Ashiok less than I value the Bounty Agent I've stolen. Ashiok, you sound sick. I did want to be able to counter the Sword of Fire and Ice, but that Kaalia messed things up. Do I actually have the Tasha mana now? I do. Let's do it. And plussin'. Plussin' and passin'. If you'd like some -1/-1 counters, you can have them. You can also start bolstering your creatures by playing creatures from hand. And they have lots of good card draw here. Takashi's Welcome, Welcoming Vampire. Am I the villain? Yeah, of course. I'm the Dimir deck. I'm playing Ashiok. Equipping that to the Warden of Inner Sky. I love that removed a counter from it. Okay, one second. I have to block first. There we go. And then I will destroy Kaalia. And I'll have the Sink into Stupor to use next turn. And it won't cost me 3 mana or whatever extra. Oh, they're drawing cards. And bolstering! Oh yeah, we have lots of board wipes in the deck. I would love to get one of them. Inquisitor Captain! Oh, Captain, my Captain. They don't have 20 or more cards, do they? It's like left with mana value 3 or less? Okay, they do. I was gonna say, like, it'd be crazy if that didn't still trigger with 72 cards left. They got Captain Eberhart! Ooh, he's getting a counter for sure. Nope. Oh, Mind Sensor. Sure. Bird gets it. Big Warden. Lesson. And double checking here how much mana I have. I have enough to play the Scarab God and still hold up the Sink into Stupor, so it's either that or the Desertion. I'm gonna go with the Scarab God. Boop. And pass. I could either reanimate something at instant speed or sink the sword. Slows them down a tiny bit. It's all going to depend on how they attack. Dusk Legion Duelist. That's a fun one. If it gets a +1/+1 counter, they draw a card. And they're already going to be drawing cards off of those. The Giver of Runes is also some potential trouble. How would they be able to kill me this turn? Moonshaker Cavalry? That would do some work. there are things happening. I think they're contemplating which cards to tap. Mm-hmm. Yeah, why have Moonshaker when you could have the Moo Shaker? You can still give this protection from blue. And I'm unable to block it. Protection from blue? Yep, I can't block.
Buzz off, Nat.
Time to replay that sword. Teleportation circle. Ooh, who gets blinked? This doesn't actually work if you blink it. They had changed it. I guess welcoming vampire just to trigger Anafenza again. Abiding Grace. That lets him bring back 1-drops, right? Which, there's one in their grave. Anafenza bolsters. And a blinkster. Blinking the Dusk Legion Duelist to draw from it again. Okay, sure. You didn't replay the sword there.
Don't try anything cheeky now.
Alright, to prevent the preventions. Giver. But I don't play it right away because I need to hold the desertion to steal the sword. Dang, that's ridiculous. Okay. This game is going. How's it going? Great question. I don't know. I'm going to start making zombies soon. Sword of Fire and Ice. That sword looks very nice. I think I'll steal it. Whew. No more protection from blue. No more protection from blue. I can actually block. I'm gonna do one upkeep stop here. Now I'm like sitting here with my death touch and birdies, waiting for murder. Or bird murder. I guess there's so many little dudes out here. Not so little dudes, too. It's a pretty free swing with the Night Counselor, since they'll just be able to bring it back from grave. We have so many birds. Bird. Bird. Wait, are you an artifact creature? Oh, you are an artifact creature. That's like never relevant in this deck, so I forgot. That's still fine with me. It's not a murder of crows yet. We are waiting. Come on, Anafenza. How's the swing gonna happen? You want to beef up that Warden a little, Morden? Give me this 4/4 Death Touching Flyer. Straight from the graveyard. These get -1/-1. Gonna get disenchanted again if I bring it back? Yeah, because it won't be protected. But that does use up 3 of their mana. Not the worst, considering it draws me a card, too. No, I'm probably going for something else this turn. Bring back the Whittle guy? Oh, wait, you didn't have it there. Who's getting blunked? You? For more card draw? Yeah, they've been doing great with their card advantage. Gotta feel great to have, like, Anafenza going off. Gain a life. Please. I want that scry to start. Yeah, my opponent's turns are taking a pretty long time.
Give it your best shot, adventurers.
Stolen spell cast. Considering putting the sword up there. And I can grab one of my creatures from the graveyard as well. Charitable Levy. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. Whenever a creature casts one, you get collections. If there's 3 or more, it gets sacrificed and draws them a card. Sweet. Puts a plains into play. And a Reluctant Role Model. If it's tapped, and they have an easy way to tap it, they're able to move, put counters on it, and when it dies, or another creature dies, they'll be able to put counters between their creatures. That's great for this deck. I have 3 board wipes in this deck. Where are they? I don't know. I need to find them. That's part of why I want those scries. They got Skrelv and Speaker? Cool. Time to do some tapping, I think. They have the ability to give something else flying here, too, with the Guide of Souls. It might be Tasha's End. Is Skrelv the backup giver? Yeah. I assume that's what you're saying. We don't have Mother of Runes in Arena. They have left up 3 mana. So they could destroy, say, I don't know, Baleful Strix if I bring it back. It would still draw me a card, though, and I would like card. Card good. They could also destroy the sword. They just went straight to end step. Huh. That's weird. Maybe they're just getting, like, overwhelmed. Like, I have too many creatures. Please. Please. You have priority, Anafenza. This is a long one. Nice long match. Okay, bird! Tweet, tweet! I got a land! Ranger of Eos re-enters play. They can get 2 more creatures with a mana value of 1. They can discard 1. Maybe bring those back later with the Abiding Grace. They're up to 27 life. If they get to 32, Speaker of the Heavens is able to spit out tokens. Alright, I am going to reanimate something. No, oh, no, wait, never mind. They didn't put one of those in a graveyard. Never mind. I kept them all in hand. I want one. Okay, fine. I'm gonna your-go you person. I'm sorry, you're taking a real long time. Howdy. I know you've got things holding priority. Damn, do I ever. Now, they could have Teferi's Protection. In fact, I think they might have Teferi's Protection. And that's why I'm going to swing in with the Thieving Aven and give it protection from white. They could block it with the Ornithopter. That would bring them down to 2 mana help. White. Because Teferi's Protection is notably 3 mana. Okay. I'm going to hit Eberhart. Oh, Levy would be increasing the cost. Oh, that's not just mine. It's symmetrical. Oh, wait. Not in the main phase yet. Go. Damn. Nation? It fires off. We're restarting. They have all of these nice fancy enchantments. Whew. Knew we'd got those. I knew we'd get them board wipes eventually. And blessing Natasha. Oh, you know what's happening. It's Ashy time. I don't care. You have like a majillion 1-drops. Whatever. I want to steal. Gimme. And we get you back next turn. But what did we find? No, Crete. Oh, crap. Hey, Philia. Hey, Philia. How you doing? Philia could put the Sword of Fire and Ice back under their control. Hello, Anafenza. I'm sad I didn't get any creatures. I got the creatures before, though. That was really nice. They're so deep into their deck. Like, I did exile a few cards. 6. They have gone through literally half their deck. They have 51 cards left in their library. To my 75. Pondering opponent. I'm going to humbly request that you speed up a little bit. Because I don't know how long this game is going for. But it's a while. I get it. You're trying to make optimal plays. Because you're a smart player. But you should be a dumb player like me, who just likes to click buttons. Randomly. Maniacally. Alright, they're swinging at Tasha, and they're gonna blink the Sword of Fire and Ice. The dog shrinks, but he'll grow into end step. Or she'll grow? I think she. Good dog. Bark, bark. It's been 30 minutes since the game started. Yeah, I just noticed Twitch is, it's threatening to run an ad. I'm delaying it as much as I can. Guide of Souls is back for big flying. And a Fanza. Gonna put it on that Novice Inspector. Why is it glowing? Please. Just... Oh, it's because they're blinking it? It's already been targeted with that. Yeah, so you don't want to put a counter on it with Anafenza. Didn't I just clear the board? Yeah, these are like all 1-drops and a 2-drop. I'm sad there's no creatures under here. I have 1-drops in my deck. Just looking. The most important things for me to hit are Skrelv, Felia, and the sword. Flare of Fortitude will give them all hexproof and indestructible. And a Plains! Get my hostage taker? I already did. I don't... Yeah, that doesn't give you hexproof. Peace creatures? Alright. Lorent's pretty good. Gives me a way to destroy the sword in a turn. Plussin.
Keep your distance, mortals.
Reminder that they can also just blink these tokens to get rid of them. Star Pupil. Yeah, I'll -3 if I can. Another sword? These swords are a lot for me to deal with. Skrelv is, by the way, not protection. It is can't be blocked by and hexproof from. So this guy has protection from red and blue. And who do you blink? Oh, Speaker's coming in too. Sure. Gonna make it fly. They're blinking the hostage taker token. A flying speaker of the heavens! And you're just attacking my face, right? Yeah. I guess they'll do pro white if I do that. Still probably worth it. Checking who else we got here. I do have like some flyers in mine, but I'd rather use theirs. Or pro black, sorry, because it's a zombie. It's just black. And I think they want to focus on getting rid of Natasha versus protecting Felia. Unless they have another spell in hand to protect it, which they totally might. And congratulations! Through your trials and tribulations, I think you've killed Tasha. Putting an upkeep stop so I have a scry. See how many moves they take before the end of the turn. Guide of Souls with protection. They spent so many turns trying to get rid of Tasha. Yup. I don't think I have many ways to bring Tasha back in this deck. No, because I'm not running, like, Breach the Multiverse. Do, 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 do. More swords! Who ya blinking? I think you just blink. One of these, maybe? It's the only thing without anything on it, but you just put a sword on it. I am persistent. Yes! What? That was a different game that I said that, right? It was with the virtue of persistence. We were having a chuckle. Oh, they had the Giver of Runes back. Dang. Too much protecting. This is now able to activate, which is pretty scary. Start with the Ranger Captain of Eos. Get myself a scry and take the 1-drop out of my deck. Counterspell. Or a clone a creature from my opponent's graveyard spell. Go to main. -3. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Loran. Yeah, I want to get rid of the Sword of Fire and Ice. I think I should wait to see what they try to reanimate. Does this target? Yes, it does. There's runes for everyone. Ruined. Ashiok no longer has any creatures. It's like land and removal, so I can't do anything. I think they know Ashiok for the most part. Takes 2 turns to do anything. Drawing a card. Oops. Oh, Foxy's online. Look at that. Who's getting the stuff? They can give 2 things pseudo protection. 1 actual protection, 1 fake protection. Are there any flyers left in here? I mean, sort of, but not really. There's the Welcoming Vampire. I'm not blocking anything, though. Or do I want to animate another flyer? No. I want to wait to see what 1-drop they grab and take it before they can. Bye, Ashiok. I don't want that to hit me, though. There's the Ornithopter, too. Yeah. But I want to leave up 4 mana to stop the Abiding Grace. This way they don't get the Sword of Forge and Frontier trigger. Move my commander to the command zone. Yes. I'll yeet Loran in to try to kill her next turn. Nice angels. Gains them a life. They have 41 cards remaining in their deck. Is this going to be a mill game? Sure feels like it. It's been going for a while. Okay, and we see what they target with Abiding Grace. And I will grab whatever card it may be. Come on. Come on, give me priority. Okay. Novice Inspector. They can use Castle Ardenvale to draw a card on my turn. Speaker's getting chunky. I'm gonna grab my Risco here for another Scry. Hey, Preddy, thank you for the raid, and welcome to a very strange game of Magic the Gathering. It's been going for 30 plus minutes, and it just don't stop. You know what we were just talking about? We were talking about the virtue of being persistent. Your viewers are very used to strange games. Glad to hear it. Loran, get in there. Yeah, I'm playing an Ashiok Brawl deck. And it's fine. It's fine, guys. Again, we still haven't seen Teferi's Protection. We have seen Flare of Fortitude, though. Where's that? There. We both get to draw. People told you Brawl is fun. I mean, it is fun. It's also just a really stupid format. Okay, just making sure I have that there. Yep, we're good. And end the turn. In the top 8 cards, they have Boromir! Nice. Hi, Boromir. Boromir stops free spells and can give their creatures indestructible. When is the Rift to come in? I want them to spend some mana, but I'll probably do it mid-attack. Followed by, and I think I have exactly 4 mana, reanimating Loran. It's like I want them to use up the energy. Do it in end step, make them discard 15. I think they're still gonna have to discard quite a few things. Aw, Star Pupil's an angel? Yeah, listen. That's completely fair. Completely and entirely fair. Good game, Anafenza. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you liked seeing Ashiok do what Ashiok does. And especially hope you liked watching that extra long, extra special Anafenza game that took up probably like half of the video. I haven't edited it yet, but it was a long one. Whew. But yeah, we were repeatedly wiping the board, getting that sweet graveyard value, and they didn't have a way to deal with my Scarab God, so I had a way to win the game. If you're looking for the deck list, it's in the description below, and if you would like to suggest a commander, especially one that's been recently added to Arena from one of the sets or from Pioneer Masters, just let me know in the comments, or leave a comment and say things like, Amy, why do you keep playing control decks? And the answer is not new year, new me. The answer is because those are the ones that happen to get voted on in my chat. I give them options, and Ashiok was the runner-up in the previous poll. We built the first one, and here comes Ashiok, bringing all sorts of nightmares along with them. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.